What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's hero ranking. We are going over Gamora. As always, these are my own opinions of strictly playing 4 games, all 4 aspects against. Who do we play against? I believe it was the Collector. Collector 1. Infiltrate the museum. Yes, that was the game we played. Very fun games. I think I won 3 out of 4. I think we lost the leadership one. Where did we win that one? I don't recall. We'll have to watch that again another day. But if you'd like to watch those games, at the end it'll be somewhere over there, maybe, probably, most likely. But regardless, let's get into it. As always, we start with the hero card. The hero I marked as a 4. More, she's 222, which already bumps, which I love the stat line, so that already bumps it up to a 3. But I think her ability is really push her to the 4. She's a Guardian Finesse response. After you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Limit once per phase. Precision response. After you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Limit once per phase. Now, limit once per phase, that does not mean only one of these can trigger. They both can trigger on the same phase. So you can attack and then remove a threat. You can remove threat and deal 1 damage. So this is why this bumps up to a 4. Because even though it's just 1 and 1, even though those are very minor, it can still be not life-saving, but detrimental. Detrimental? Is that the word I want? We're going to use that. Like if you play a thwart event, you deal 1 damage. You can ping off a tough that way. Or if you play an event card, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Could be a side scheme that needs 1 more removed. Either way, it's still pretty good. Moving on to her alter ego. Her alter ego is a 3. 3 recovery, so that's, my normal. I like 3. 3 is good. Skill Tactician, you may include up to 6 attack and or thwart events in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. So they can be any color, 6 extra. So not really extra, but action. Look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack, thwart, or thwart event, draw it. So pretty much, you're starting your turn with 6 cards. If you loaded your deck with events, attack or thwart, you're gonna get 7 in your hand. So that's a really good card, especially when you're flipping. So flipping, you can see what card it is, keep it, or I guess put it back on the top, right? That's why that's a 3. Moving on, we got, what do we have? Nebula. Nebula is a 2. 2 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 response. After Nebula enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Now, I don't... Oh, did I play this? I don't know if I actually played this at all. So I think I was originally going to put this as a 1, but I wanted to think about her ability more so than ever. Plus 2 for 2/2 is pretty good. The 2 health, I can see why it's cost 2 with the 2 health. But her ability bumped her up to, what did I put it as a 2? And after she enters play, search your deck for an attack or a thwart event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So this basically gets another card into your hand if you play Nebula. That's why she's a 2. Moving on to Acrobatic Move. Acrobatic Move. I put as a 3. 0 cost event. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. She's got a lot of 0 cost events in her deck, which are really nice because they help trigger her ability. So you deal 2 damage to an enemy, you remove 1 from the threat. 0 cost for 2 damage, pretty good, I think. I mean, there's not much else to say about that, is there? Cross counter. Okay, cross counter. I actually put as a 2. 1 cost event. It's a physical resource. Attack, defense, thwart. Hero interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, print 3 of that damage. Deal 1 damage to an enemy, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Now, whenever I had this card, I didn't want to use it because I wanted to use something else. That's the only downside of this card. That's why it's a 2, at least during this encounter. Remember, I'm basing all these off this one encounter. That, I lost my train of thought. Preventing 3 damage is very major, especially for one cost. You're also dealing damage and removing threats. So it's still a very good card, but I just wasn't able to use it when I could have, because I wanted to save up to use something else. It's the lower. I think it's on the lower half of most of her deck, but is what it is. This is what did I say? This is a 2. Yeah. Moving on to set the pace. Set the I already forgot what that looked like. Set the pace I put as a 1 actually. 0 cost, remove 1 threat from a scheme. I think removing 1. I mean 0 cost, remove 1. You don't have to. What's the word? Exhaust to do it, which is nice, but it's just 1, which I only used it when I wanted to deal that 1 damage to an enemy from Gamora's ability. Otherwise, I think I use this mostly for if it was the last card in my hand or to pay for something else. That's why that's so low. Moving on to Decisive Blow. Decisive Blow, I put as a 4. 2 cost event, deal 4 damage to enemy, 7 damage instead if you have played a thwart event this turn. This is why it's nice to stack your deck with different, I mean, maybe like an, what's the word? Equal amount of thwart and attack. Or if you want to go for more damage, then would you want thwart? More thwart? I don't know, that's a good question. But it's 2 for 4, I think that's pretty good. But it's also kind of average. I think it's more so on the better side, 2 for 4, but it's 2 for 7 if you play for a thwart event. So you really want to think about your turns and how it goes about. So for that forward momentum. This one is also a 4. I think this is a 2 cost event, mental resource, thwart, remove 3 threat from a scheme. 5 threat instead if you have played an attack event this turn. So basically just the opposite of the Decisive Blow. Basically either playing it for the first one or the second option as long as you play an attack event, which is pretty nice. So depending on your situation, you just gotta figure out how you want to play these. Moving on to Conditioning Room. Conditioning Room was a 1. 1 cost support, mental resource, location, alter ego, action, exhaust Conditioning Room, return the bottommost attack or thwart event from your discard pile to your hand, heal 1 damage for more. This is a 1. This would probably be a 2 if I actually would have played it, but I didn't either have the time to play it or I had something else I wanted to use it for. Because that healing 1 damage I think is pretty good. It would have bumped it up to a 2. And being able to get more events into your hand is also good. Especially if you're an alter ego, you draw 6, use Gamora's alter ego ability to get possibly 7, and then use this to get 8 cards. This would bump this up almost even higher if I was able to figure that out while I was playing it. So this could be either a 2 or a 3 on my next ranking over. Moving on to Keen Instincts. Keen Instincts. It's actually made a 4. I think that's one of my first 4s for a resource generator. 1 cost upgrade. Energy resource skill. Exhaust Keen Instincts. Generate a wild resource for an attack or thwart event. So most of these resource generators in hero packs, I mostly always make it 2. Especially because they always require it to be a specific card. And it's usually a 3 if it's just a plain old wild. This one is a 4 because I think if you build her deck mainly with a bunch of events, this basically just becomes a wild resource just for anything. Almost anything. Almost. But yes, there's 2 of them, so that even makes it better if you have both of them out. That's you basically paid for Decisive Blow or forward momentum. So that's why these are very high on the list. Last is Gamora's Sword. Now, this is actually going to be a 2. Why? Because I think I played it once. 3 cost upgrade, restricted, max D2, restricted. After you play an attack event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So this just pretty much adds 1 damage to every attack event you make, which I feel like it should be more. But that just might be my opinion. Because I don't think maybe better in the long run, I guess, but 3 costs to just deal 1 damage every time. I mean, I can see it. but also I want to play my other events and stuff. So it's one of those things. If I get it out right away, then good, but I'm not gonna try and work my way around getting it out there. Is what it is. So that is all the cards. That is all 17 cards. Excuse me, 17 cards for Gamora's hero deck. And we are giving her, sadly, I had a lot of fun with her, but she's 6.5 out of 10 with the way I looked at her cards. But still, she is very fun. I enjoyed her very much. Can't wait to bring her to the table, as I say every episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What cards would be up, what cards would be down, and what your overall ranking of 10 is. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. There is links in the details below for all my socials: Facebook, Discord, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. I think. Join those. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Deuces.